Brian Show. This is the, what are we here for?
I have no idea, but hell, it has something to do with Sooiepalooza.
Sooiepalooza 2003 is what we're here for. You betcha. Tell them what Sooiepalooza is.
Nobody knows what Sooiepalooza is.
We're having the biggest Warhammer tournament in Northwest Arkansas. Biggest, look, biggest Warhammer tournament in Northwest Arkansas.
It's the only Warhammer tournament in Northwest Arkansas. What are you talking about?
The biggest and only, the one, only, and biggest tournament in Northwest Arkansas. We've decided that we want to really help some folks out, give them something to do, and we want to reward the guys that come into the shop all the time by bringing a lot of guys in from out of town to play, and some of the best players in the country are going to be here, and you're going to meet some of those guys. Brian, have you played these guys before?
Played some of them before down at the Hillbilly last year, maybe at our tournament that we had last year that wasn't Sooiepalooza. It was the lead up to Sooiepalooza. Prequel. God, you're using big words. I can't do that anymore. You know, we've got guys like David,
got the quarter
come on,
last one, yeah.
David Bowman, you know, coming in. You know, that won the Dallas GT overall, looking great. Got some guys with beautiful armies. You know, you just can't beat it, man.
I know, and it's going to be a good time. 2-day event. We're going to start partying here Friday night. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take you through the tournament with us. I know a lot of you guys out there haven't ever been to a Warhammer tournament, and that's what we're going to do this video for. We're going to show you what it's like to be at a Warhammer tournament and the things that we do and what happens. Games that are played, but there's a lot more to it than that, and you're going to see that. And you're going to enjoy this as Brian and Dennis on the Dennis and Brian Show take you to Sooiepalooza.
Still think my name needs to be first.
But it wouldn't be good as B&D videos.
Dude, that's nasty.
Not good.
Getting ready for Sooiepalooza. Today's the initial pre-warm-up day. Sooiepalooza 2003, and we got Rick and Justin and Brian over here. They decided they want to throw a little Magic card game down just to get their minds off of what's going on, I guess, or get their minds into what's going on. Just to have a good time. Look at that. Is that serious or what? I mean, that, it doesn't get any more serious than that right there. That's serious. Sooiepalooza 2003. Welcome to the sty.
It's a one and then two of the thing.
Well, our first two arrivals have finally hit here. Friday afternoon, Andy and George finally made it. Decided to pick up a fantasy game with Justin over here, throwing down a little bit of the pony riding dwarves, wolf riding dwarves.
Okay, my turn.
Dwarflings.
Dwarfling.
That breed between halflings and dwarfs. They got a little drunk after the raid.
Brian and Rick still have this grudge to settle over here, and Rick hadn't taken his coat off since he arrived. Brian's in a t-shirt sweating, Rick's in a coat.
They're too cheap to throw on the heat.
There's where we're at.
+3. Yeah.
On Friday afternoon. Just a little entertainment. These are special effects.
You want me to tell you when the best fun is? Well, not even do your day. No, but the best fun, this is what we used to do. Let's go get a case of these. Okay? Run over the deck. You have a party with like 6 guys. You pass around the deck. Everybody can get like, there are 36 packs and there are 6 guys, each guy with 6 packs. Okay? Out of those, you can take 12 cards. Take the 12 cards.
The dreaded camera. Ken just dropped in from Columbia, Missouri. He's going to correct us now. Not from
north of Columbia.
North of Columbia, which is a suburb of Dallas. Of course, isn't everything a suburb of Dallas? He's got this army here, the Orc and Goblin army, mainly goblins with an orc or two, and a troll and a giant. We're looking forward to seeing that. Then we've got Andy's army over here with the dreaded screamers. It amazes me they call them flamers and screamers. I won't say why.
Brent just sold some. He didn't have any of it.
Okay.
Dave.
What?
Is that one?
Gets a little bit more every few minutes. People still coming in.
I think it's 5 plus 4, but it's not that big of a deal because you get so many more attacks. Lizardmen experiment rule demons. Like these demons here, they'll just go like, hey, take 20 attacks.
Problem
You know,
with
strength
Lizardmen,
4.
problem with Lizardmen
Everybody agrees with that.
is a bunch of the guys with force and weapons.
All right, now it's starting to pick up a little bit. It's about 8:15. Friday night before.
Hey, wasn't the team competition supposed to start 15 minutes ago?
No, it starts at 9 o'clock.
That's 15. No, that's 8. Yeah, 8:15 now. It's only 8:15, man.
Let's see here, the clock. When the little hand is on the 9 and the big hand is on the 12. Written test. I've got the GW rep sitting all by himself over here and nobody likes him. Must have been something he ate. This is intense. The tension is just unbelievable. You can cut it with a knife. Oh my. These guys haven't studied this hard since Psych 102. Oh, that's what Washillis is taking now, isn't it? Psych 102?
I'm done with school.
Done with school.
He flunked out. I graduated last month.
I'm impressed.
If I graduated, you would drop out.
I know what never
So you kind of like the extra credit question? Is that what you're telling me? And nobody likes Bowman. Like I said, it must be something he ate last night. But we do like that Army. It's quite cool. David, is this the Army that won the Grand Tournament?
Why, yes.
The exact
Yes, this
same-
is the Army that
The
won the
exact
Grand
same
Tournament.
Army?
Not a change.
Cool. That's what we wanted to see. I'm glad you brought that.
All right, to explain a little bit about what's going to happen in the tournament, each game is going to be played on a scenario basis, okay? We're going to give the people an objective to play. Instead of just playing a pitched battle where one team plays the other, we're going to have an objective and add victory points, take away victory points in the scenarios. The first scenario that we play, we're going to put little pigs on the table, and they have to capture these pigs. It's called the Sooiepalooza Roundup. They have to capture these pigs, and each one's worth 50 points. So they'll go around and pick up pigs and fight each other, and pigs squirt free and go here and go there, and they'll try to fight each other for these pigs, and each pig's worth 50 points. So if you pick up all 5, that's 250 points. Could swing a game either way. It's like a take and hold, capture the other guy's stuff. Makes for an interesting game, and you'll hear a lot of, oh, we got the pig, oh, the pig's in the way, or some people will just totally ignore the pigs. It's up to the individual players. It doesn't matter to us one way or the other. It's just a little twist on the pitched battle scenario that you see in your book. And it makes the game a little bit more fun. Plus, we get to put cool little pigs on the board for Sooiepalooza.
In a round-to-one matchup over here, we've got Derek and Brian playing on table 1.
Crust to the hungry is hungry for Skaven.
Searching for pigs, baby.
Searching for pigs.
Searching for pigs.
Sooiepalooza.
Over on this table over here, which I think is table 2, we've got an orc battle of epic proportions going on.
Actually, I've got characters left.
Orcs and goblins. Orcs and goblins versus goblins. Brent wanted me to make sure and tell you that there are no orcs in this army. He's not good enough for orcs. Over here we've got Chris and Rick. Skaven and orcs over here. This is table 4 or 5, who knows? It's David Bowman and Eric McSweeney. You guys ever played each other?
Nope.
Good. Good. Got Undead versus Bretonnians. Both just super, super looking armies here. Awesome looking armies on both sides. Nice. Nice stuff. On this table over here, we've got Orcs and Undead.
And not much of a challenge over here. Be sure that others die. But in the orcish fashion, like I want to, rushing into death, instead of sitting around until age finally takes me. Way to go.
Wow.
They're completely harmless.
Wah pick Sooie today. On this table we've got Nate and Andy with Undead versus Chaos. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? I don't think Nate's ever played a Zinch army. Here's two of the best painted armies out here that you'll see. Of course, we've already seen two of the other best painted ones. This is Ashley's stuff here. And this is Cody's stuff right here. You two ever played each other?
Yes.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
I'm sorry to match you two up again. My bad.
That's all right. We're, he's from out of town, so.
Okay. Well, enjoy. Have a good game. Have a good game. Over here we've got Gentry and Jason. We've got the Hordes of Undead versus the Unmasked Dwarves with the Anvil of Doom. There's the Anvil of Doom right there. Should be a good matchup. You guys never played each other, right?
No.
Good. That's what tournament's all about. Over here, we have Gentry's brother Justin playing Jason's brother Josh. So we got brother against brother, and brother over there against brother. Yeah, that was totally on purpose that we did that. We've got the Wood Elf army versus the Skaven army matched up.
He's good, but he's not that good.
Over here we've got Skip. Skip, you're from Dallas?
Dallas, Fort Worth,
Dallas, Fort Worth, and Skip's playing looks like a Dogs of War army?
Chaos.
Chaos army.
Zinch Lord on his disc of Zinch.
Got it, okay.
On a giant. That's pretty much what makes it not a Dogs of War.
Okay, and then James is playing the Dark Elves.
It's the Dark Elf Monster Mash.
Dark Elf Monster Mash. James says he's got an army that he's going to really enjoy.
I've never played with it, so.
Over here we've got Joe Feast and Roy. You guys never played each other.
True statement.
And it's the Hordes of Chaos versus the Empire troops.
Our second scenario is called Uncle Jubal's Suey Sauce. Now, you've captured a pig. It's time to cook the little booger. Haha. So what we've done is we've placed an objective in the center of the board. This objective is only fought from one side or the other. Nothing else can happen to anybody while they're on the objective. And the objective is worth a variable point. Whoever controls the objective at the end of the game gets D3 times 100 victory points. This means, and it's in the center of the board, so you got to play for it. There's no two ways around it. And all the rest of the terrain is all placed out too, so the center of the board, whoever controls it, gets D3 times 100, which could be as many as 300. That's a game swing. Good scenario to play. The other thing in this scenario that really adds a twist to it is we're really getting into the magic phase here. In order for anybody to cast a spell, they have to pass a leadership test, even if they're immune to psychology. This really gets those magic heavy armies on an even scale with everybody else, because now all your spells aren't just going to go off and work. So if a guy's got 9, 10 casting dice, he's going to lose a spell or two a turn. And that's what we're shooting for, is to make it equal so that no super heavy army in one area wins a game. This is really going to get your Skaven players and your Goblin Shamans who have leaderships 5 and 6, really going to affect that. And it will affect guys with leadership 7 too. You'll see as the thing progresses, if you try this scenario, that it's really difficult to play this if you're a magic casting army and reliant upon that. If you have some bad dice and you're a vampire counts player, you're not bringing anything up. And that's the twist in this scenario. It's a good scenario to play, plus you got the extra victory points, so it's kind of an all-encompassing scenario and a lot of fun. Uncle Jubal's Suey Sauce.
On this table over here, we've got Tom and Ralph.
Whatever you want. So you start.
And Ralph is playing a Chaos Army. Again, one of the most incredible painted. What'd you say there, Tom?
Hi, Dennis.
And Tom's over there playing with the lizards. Tom's playing with his lizard. That doesn't sound good.
Let's see.
We've got Brian and Jay. I'm sorry, I lost it there for a minute. A guy was playing with his lizard on the other table over here. We got Brian and Jason. And these two guys, you've never played each other. And Brian, you're from Little Rock. Jason's from Camden, so you guys need to get together and play when you're down that way. We've got a Chaos Army and a Vampire Counts Army. Over here, we've got Chris Thompson and Mike Cannon, and they've never played each other. Chris is coming in from Baltimore, and Mike's from Lubbock, Texas. So they're getting to roll against each other. We've got a Khemri army over here. Khemri army and the Empire army playing each other. Should be a good matchup. It looks like we just removed quite a few chariots. Don't know why, won't ask.
Cannon shot.
Oh, goodness.
First turn cannon shot. Okay. I don't want to break the camera. We are using 264 magic.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to use the updated magic. It's a little more fair. And I was asked by Mark Burr. Mark's a rules lawyer. He wants to know these exact things. Get it right. And he's playing Adam Deming, and Adam is from, where are you from in Illinois, Adam? Quincy, Illinois.
2 hours north of St. Louis.
2 hours north of St. Louis. Drove all the way down last night. We're here in Fayetteville, Arkansas, so that's probably about a 7 or 8 hour drive. Long drive. Got lizards against Bretonians. Looks like the box set from version 5, what we got over here. Then we've got Derek and Dustin playing over here. Dustin is playing his dwarf army, and Derek is playing a Chaos army. A few little demons on the board over here. Kind of cool looking. Good. And on the last table over here, we've got Bill and Matt. They know each other. You guys have never played each other though, right? No. Cool. Cool. Bill's from Omaha, Nebraska, and Matt's a local from Fayetteville here. And we've got an undead vampire army playing against the Empire army, classic matchup.
Scenario 3 is Aunt Eunice's yard sale. Now, with Aunt Eunice's yard sale, you get to look at your opponent's army list. And we did this a minimum of 10 minutes before the game began. Everybody looked at their opponent's army list. And what we allowed you to do was to take any magic item that was in the opponent's army and scratch it. You could scrap it, but it cost you. You either had to pay 200 victory points or double the points cost of the magic item, whichever was more. So minimum it was 200 points. Maximum, heck, it could be 300 points if you got a 150 point magic item. And some people, and if you don't take any, you don't give up any victory points. And to some people, they looked at some lists and they said, you don't have anything I need. And others, it was like, you've got that banner that negates my rank bonus. I'm willing to give up 200 points to take that. And that was what made this scenario. It took those armies that relied on that one powerful magic item and it scrapped it, bringing them back down to even keel. And it was a very, very good scenario for games in our shop. And so we decided we'd try it at Sooiepalooza. I think it's going to work out pretty well.
We've got Kemrian Undead playing over here for once. The Ashman's playing against Chris. That should be fun. I'd say round 3. How'd you guys do in the first 2 rounds?
Terrible. There were moral victories.
Moral victories.
Immoral victories.
You guys been having a good time?
Yeah.
Great, great. Okay, over here. This is round 3. George, how you been doing so far?
1 draw, 1 loss.
Okay.
So that's a good matchup.
1 draw, 1 loss? Where are you from? What's bringing you down all the way from Quincy, Illinois? Warhammer.
This is probably the biggest tournament I've ever been to.
Is that right? What do you think so far?
Oh, I'm having a blast.
Are you?
I'm enjoying myself a lot, Dennis.
Great. Well, we're glad to have you.
I'll probably be back next year, too.
Good. Over here, we've got Andy and Brian. How'd you do in round 1 and 2, Andy?
I lost the first round, draw on the second.
Brian, how'd you do?
Draw on the first, lost the second.
So you guys are 0-1 and 1, and you're matching up. That's good. Good. Having a good time so far?
Excellent.
Great, great. What's the weirdest thing that's happened in the first 2 games?
It would be failing many leadership checks
And that's weird?
to cast the spell.
To cast a spell. Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that for years to come, won't we? Over here we've got Seth and Dustin. Dustin, where are you from?
From big town to Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, Texas. What brings you all the way up here?
Some crazy guy invited me here. I don't know.
Crazy guy
He
playing
offered me
with.
free beer and I came.
It was for the beer. That's what it was. That's what it was. Seth, how'd you do in your first 2 rounds?
Drawn a loss.
Drawn a loss. And Dustin, how'd you do?
Drawn a loss.
Drawn a loss. Okay, good. How's this game going?
He's outnumbered me about 6-1, and I'm whittling him down, I hope.
It's like, what do we got? Orcs and dwarves.
Yeah.
A classic battle. Good, good. Having a good time so far? Having a good time so far? Great, great, great. Over here we've got James and Gentry. James, how'd you do in the first 2 rounds?
I did really well on the first game. I did very poorly on the second game due to some interesting things.
We got a win and a loss.
Yep.
And Gentry, what do you do on your first 2 games?
Lost in a tie.
A loss and a tie. Okay. Good. You guys having a good time so far?
Oh, yeah.
Great. Great. Now this is Derek, and he drove down here from Quincy 2, not Quincy 1, to be confused with Quincy 1, and he's playing Troy. Looks like we've got Chaos versus Dwarves, hated enemies. Troy, you having a good time so far?
Yeah, having a great time.
How have you done the first 2 games?
A loss and a draw.
A loss and a draw. Derek, how have you done?
Bad. Very, very bad.
Very bad.
Let's not discuss it.
Let's not discuss it, okay? We'll move on. We'll move on. Over here we've got Ralph and Rick.
Ralph the what?
Ralph and Rick.
Yeah, that's big. All right.
So Ralph, how'd you do your first 2 games? Ralph, how'd you do your first 2 games?
Lost 1 and tied 1.
Lost 1 and tied 1. Rick, how'd you do?
1-1.
1-1, lost 1? Okay, good. We've got Chaos versus Orcs in this one. One of the most outstanding painted armies. Look at this unit right here, just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful army. Ralph, that's excellent.
Thank you.
You having a good time so far?
Oh, yeah.
Great. Rick, how about you? You're not enjoying it at all, right?
No, I don't enjoy it at all. I'm not an obsessive compulsive person anymore.
On Saturday night, there's a lot of people that stay at the hotel that don't feel like going anywhere, and as a tournament director, you have to realize this. And one thing that you'll do as a tournament director is to get these people involved at the hotel. And what we did was we held the Warhammer Olympics, the Sooiepalooza Olympics. We held a boxing match and a chariot race. I guess we had 10, 15 people there watching and playing and hooting and hollering, and it was a lot of fun. The boxing I love, and it was a good time. Gave out gold medals for the Olympics. You can do these at your store, by just making games up. If you don't have enough people to play a game, or people don't have big armies, make up something and have some fun. Chariot races were a blast. Gave away prizes for the best chariot, the cheatingest bastard in the whole tournament, and then we gave away a prize for the winner of the chariot race. Gave away a prize for the best boxer and the worst boxer. So it made it a lot of fun. And you gave away 5 gold medals, and it was just a blast. Everybody had some fun. Everybody enjoyed it. Now, another thing we did Saturday night was the finals of the team competition, and the team competition was kind of like a quiz bowl. We had some Warhammer trivia gotten from the older books in the armies, and asked people questions like, what was the first true civilization for the undead that they say it is? Who's the Elector Count of Altdorf? How about this? What were the rune fangs that the dwarfs made the empire? What were they cooled in? Those kind of questions that we asked. And if you don't know the answers to those that I just asked you, you can email me and I'll tell you the answers. Remember, just having fun at the nighttime on a tournament, because people are out doing things and you're not there to be so serious all the time 24/7. Have some fun and enjoy yourself at this thing. Scenario 4 was a captive scenario. You had to take one model and give it to your opponent. He puts it in an infantry unit or a cavalry unit, and this model slows any unit that he has down to a walk. It's up to you to go capture this model and bring it back to your side. If you did it on turn 1 or turn 2, you got no victory points at all. If you did it on turn 3 and kept him from turn 3 through the rest of the game, you got 400 points. If you got him on turn 4, you got 300 points. Turn 5 was 200 points, and turn 6 was 100 points. And you had to keep him in your possession for the remainder of the game. This was a tough scenario, and everybody really got intense with this scenario. It's one that I like. It's one of the best ones that I like, because it makes you go after the enemy and not sit there and just try to shoot him up or anything. You got to go get your guy back. And you had to think, and the quicker you could get him and hold on to him, the more points that it was worth.
These two guys, this is their second matchup. They just can't get enough of each other. Seth and Dustin. Dustin's from Lubbock. Seth's from local here. We're at game 4 right now. Skip and Troy playing each other. Skip, where are you from?
From originally Waco, now living in Fort Worth, working in Dallas, and playing in Fayetteville.
That's Skip.
That's right.
Over here we've got one of the hot battles going on for one of the leader games. This is David Bowman and Cody Johnson. Cody's got the high elf army. Really nice looking high elf army playing against a really good looking Bretonian army. Those units are just playing into. Look at these high elves for the unit. That goes awesome. It's an important game right here. This game could decide overall champion. You never know. Very, very good players right here. Rick and Andy are going to have a good game. They're going to have a fun time. These two guys play a lot alike and just have a good time while they play. Got Orcs and Chaos. Rick, how many times you played Chaos this tournament? That's good. That's good.
Last time for him. Last time. First time against Orcs.
How many times I played this exact same army?
Good.
And over here we've got Brent.
Nope, not yet.
Brent, how's it feel to win the team competition single-handedly?
Woo! Now ask me how I feel about being 0-3. Where do you want to start?
Mike's from Lubbock. Mike's got the Neon Dion Army.
We're competing to see whose army is honored first race.
Beautiful one, beautiful.
I'm supposed to roll 1 before the 6. I gotta remember that.
Over here, Mark and Josh.
24 inches is
So yeah,
Mark and Jason, I'm sorry, it's Jason Johnson.
second.
Jason's got an undead army. Mark's got another one of these beautiful Bretonian armies.
Side edge to edge.
Damn, that looks good. Really sharp. Mark, where are you from?
Jacksonville, Arkansas.
Jacksonville, Arkansas. We're glad to have you up here.
I'm happy to be here.
Having a good time?
I'm having an excellent time.
Great, great. Oh, by the way, Mark, what's the leadership on an undead chariot? You know?
7.
Is it 7? Is that what it is?
Sorry, cheating dog.
Then you've got Josh over here with his new Wood Elf army. He's got a brand new Wood Elf army. That's why it's not painted up. And then Eric over here has got an undead Vampire Counts army. It's really sharp. Over here we've got Chris. Chris, where are you from? He's from Little Rock. You having a good time up here so far? Great, great. What's your record so far up here?
I've got 2 wins and 1 draw.
2 wins and a draw, and now we're in round 4, so that means you're in one of those high brackets. Uh-oh, look out. We don't even want to talk about this, right? We don't want to talk about it. What's the movement of an orc chariot, by the way? Never mind.
Grade's only 7. Charging distance is 14.
There we go. And that's not worth any points today.
Yeah, I know.
No Bretonian archers.
Oh, I'm 4 or 5. Actually, I have some in here if you want. No, there they are.
Can't give them away. I know the feeling.
Do you measure for range?
Candy, what do you think so far?
I try not to.
No, really, when you look around, what do you think of the tournament so far?
It's going well.
Some of the things that you've noticed about it, what have you seen?
I've seen a lot of good armies, well painted, good sportsmanship, people battling it out.
A lot of people, it looks like everybody's enjoying themselves? Great, great.
On a 5.
And we've got that on tape so we know if you know the rule or not. That's right.
And these groupers on 6s.
There's Kevin. He looks excited to be here.
2.
Oh, no.
You got saves on your stellies?
George and James look like they're going to get after it. Have a good time. Look at all the gaming going on here. This side. This is what Sooiepalooza is all about right here. Look at all these people.
Salamander shoots there.
We are in round 4. We've hit Sunday in Sooiepalooza 2003.
The last scenario, we took all the scenario business out of the games and said, play a pitched battle. We wanted to see in this scenario, in this game, number 5, the final game of the tournament, who was the best player. And we had championships on the line and awards on the line here, so no gimmicks. And that's how 5th game of a tournament, I think it should be. Straight up, let's play, no gimmicks, no games. Let's just go for it. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. And that's how it wound up.
All right, we're in round 5. We've got the matchups going here. Bill and Mike going to play their 5th game.
3 boxes of
Empire versus Empire here.
Less than civil war.
A civil war.
Less than civil.
Less than Civil War. Okay.
In order to make the infantry skills.
You both have great looking armies. Glad to have you this weekend.
Thank you. They are. It's one of my favorite
Your favorite dog of war army is what?
Favorite dog of war unit is going to be the fast cap. In my opinion. Give him a spirit, he's even better.
Okay. We got over in the corner over here, Rick and Josh. 4 games down, 1 to go, huh, Josh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know, man. I don't understand it either. I don't understand it.
I know you very well.
Now, this is a classic matchup. We have Chaos on this side and Jason Smith on this side. It's not like Joe and Jason don't know each other. You guys ever play each other before?
It's kind of new to me. His setup's really throwing me for a loop here, but I'm thinking he's just going to march straight forward into combat. Little does he know.
You guys have a good time. Oh, look at this over here. We've got Lizards and Skaven Army. You guys have never played each other before. Good. You guys will have a good time.
I've played Skaven. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Tom. Chris and Jason never played each other before. Both from Little Rock, right?
Conway.
Conway.
Close enough. Close enough to Little Rock.
Close enough. Okay. Got Roy and Cody on the digital over here. Got Brian and David on that table over there. Got Brent and George on this one. George, this will go on so your wife knows that you were here. Seth, where'd your partner go?
It is, which is fair, because my first game I came in kind of late, so.
Just to let you know, Brian and I decided that the people that went to Sooiepalooza would get a discount when they came into the shop, and we were going to do that. If you would like a discount on merchandise from us, anything you order over $100 is shipped freight free, and we do give you a discount on everything that you do buy. Depending on what it is and what product it is. But as you can see, we're a full line store. We carry all the GW stuff, and we carry figure cases and modeling stuff too. So if you need something, don't hesitate to give us a holler. Email us, go on our webpage and look up what we've got. The webpage, Eric's done a wonderful job on the webpage for us. The webpage is www.warhammerworld.biz, B-I-Z. It's all one word, Warhammer World. Go there and look at it. There's some great looking miniatures, some fabulous figures, some cool stuff. There's a forum that you can ask questions on and get some information on. And there's some special sales that always are on the webpage. If you need to get a hold of us, email me at warhammerworld@hotmail. And you can email me and I'll answer all your emails. Again, thanks for being with us at Sooiepalooza 2003. And Sooiepalooza 2004 is February 7th and 8th, same place, February 7th and 8th, 2004 for Sooiepalooza 4. Hope to see you there. Rules test. We all took it. It was a test on the rules. And these people tied for the top score. And I don't know if you want to applaud this or yell at them, I don't care. Brent Simon and Mike Cannon are the rules lawyers of Sooiepalooza. You voted for it. You want to see him back next year. And I really hate to do this, but this is just kind of ironic. You, like I say, you voted for him, this is how it's going to be. The winner of the Texas Razorback Award. Third place, and I don't have any awards for third and second, so I'll just tell you who they are. Third place was Mike Cannon. Second place was David Bowman. But the person you said you wanted to see back next year painted the trophy. It's Ashley Ross. Now Ashley painted the trophy, and he said about a week and a half ago that it was the best one in the bunch, and he wished he could keep it. There you go. Unlike a lot of other tournaments, I do things a little bit differently. It's my tournament, I can. Nobody wins more than one award of speaking in any of my tournaments. I just don't do that. So if we had somebody that had the best painted army and the best overall and the best Texas Razorback and this and that, we only give you one award, and we give you the one that's on the most top end.
Hey, that one guy got 2 awards.
Okay, that was gold medals and like, that means something.
Olympics, man.
That's Olympics. That is strictly amateur. And he's taking the picture. Yeah, look at the bird, that's right. Okay. Now, it's another thing that's ironic, because the guy that's holding the camera wins Best Painted Army. The award for Best Painted Army is a Golden Demon. It is the Golden Demon miniature. We got that about a year and a half ago as a gift from GW. And Ken Mitchell wins the Best Painted Army.
Wow.
Third place, overall, Sooiepalooza, Mark Burr. Second place, overall, Trevor Heilman. Ralph painted this, guys. By the way, we didn't read off the top painted army, did you? Ralph placed like third, I believe. It was really good. Ralph painted this, Greater Demon of Zinch. I had to threaten his life to get this into the store before the tournament ended. This is a beautiful figure. Ralph's one of the best artists around, and you know it because you voted for his army. He was up in the top 5 in the painting, and I'm sure this would look good on anybody's mantle. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. But not only does the winner get that, the winner gets a new army transport case to fill up to bring to next year's Sooiepalooza. And the winner this year, 2003 overall Sooiepalooza champion, Cody Johnson. Cody gets the bag too, and the miniature. Get the bag too.
My bag back.
Good job, man. Again, for all the winners, except those that we gave the bag and the game to, we have gift certificates for you. We also have certificates that I need to write the names down for those people, and we'll give those to you. I enjoyed myself immensely this weekend. I wish I could have played. Man, I could have beat any of them. I know it. I guarantee I could have took it. Could have took it. I know I could have. Yeah, Brian.
There's one more award. The Sigma Right Challenge.
Oh, that's the last thing we got to talk about. Roy has an award that he wants to give out. The Empire players had the Sigma Right Challenge. Whoever did the best among the Empire players. And Roy, who was it?
I don't know. I don't know the final scores. You have to tell us.
What did it go by?
You guys want to go by battle or battle points? Go by battle points.
Best looking. Doesn't matter.
Fight to the death.
What does it go by? Overall? Overall, the winner, Roy Ainsworth. And anyway, the last thing I want to tell you, it's been a hectic 3 days. Starting with Friday afternoon, it's been a hectic 6 months. Well, we've already talked to the people here at the Radisson. They'll be glad to have us back here next year. Same time, same channel. I like the first week of February, weather permitting. We're going to do it again. We'd like to invite all of you back to Sooiepalooza 2004. Thank you for coming to Sooiepalooza 2003. Hope you remember it for a long time. I hope you had as good a time as I did. I'm beat.
You ain't kidding.
That was awesome.
My ass needs to go to bed for about 3 to 4 days.
Well, I don't know if I can get to bed.
Well,
it wore me out.
I'm not taking you there, so that's we're done.
Wore me out. I'm going to tell you what. We worked for 6 months to put this thing together. It culminated in Cody Johnson winning the whole thing, and he deserved to win. You'll see some pictures. If you go to our website, we've got some pictures of his army on the website. Close-ups of some models that are just unbelievable. What's that website again?
It is www.warhammerworld.biz. B-I-Z.
B-I-Z. Boy is zippy.
But not only was his army beautiful, I mean, go down the list. Ken Mitchell, Mike Cannon had a beautiful army, Of course, I'm kind of partial to the Empire guys. Kevin Neff over here waving. Kevin, you're not going to get a mention. Never mind.
We have a studio. We're in front of a live, we're in front of a dead studio audience today. Because everybody's exhausted. That's what it is.
But I mean, there were a lot of great games, a lot of great things that happened. A couple things. Bill Washillis and Mike Cannon playing. Mike has him beat. Giant dies into the game, has to cough up one of Mike's guys, and he gets half the unit points back because he had to cough up one of the guys. I mean, that's just beautiful.
It's great. But that wasn't Mike, that was Ken.
That was Ken.
That was Ken.
Oh, Ken!
When you go with 38 players at a tournament, 38. We were originally with 43, we had some canceled. 38 guys at a tournament. Got to meet 38 brand new friends, some old friends. It was great. I met some guys that I'll know forever.
Well, and the way you judge how well a tournament goes in my book is, when you vote for who was best game, or best person you like to see, you got a ton of votes in.
You bet.
It wasn't the same 4 or 5 guys that everybody wanted back next year. 32 different people out of 38, that received at least one vote to say, hey, listen, I want this guy back at this tournament again next year.
Unbelievable.
That's just wonderful. You can't beat that.
It wore me out, but I'll tell you what, some of the best Warhammer games I've ever seen, some of the twists and turns. We went through 5 games, and there was not one player that went through every game with a victory. At least one tie or loss for every player there at Sooiepalooza.
I don't think we had anybody go with 5 losses either. I mean,
nobody had 5 losses.
I mean,
even the GW rep didn't lose all the time, and he tried. He gave it his best shot. I know he did.
But throwing him Gentry there at the end to get a draw, that was just.
I liked it the way Ginger, the best thing, the best quote, I gotta give you my best quote. He said, "Oh, I had the tie all wrapped up," and he took it away from me. Now that's competition right there.
You know,
Oh, you got it.
But, you know,
Great tournament. It was a great tournament, and the guys that came made the tournament.
enjoyed it. You know, if all of them come back next year, we'll be happy. You know, it's ecstatic because it was a great tournament. Everything went extremely well.
You bet. And if you want to know more about it, get in touch with us. Remember, warhammerworld.biz. Call us here at Warhammer World. Get in touch with us. Thanks for coming by at the Dennis and Brian Show.